finally made it to Prague. Oh god, it's too early, too early. I was just winked at getting off the bus. It's time to go. I don't know what my face looked like. Oh Jesus, let's go. Oh. Look how steep that is. That was steep. I felt like I was gonna fall over. So we were trying to get to our hostel, and I think we're doing a pretty good job at trying to fit in. No, we're not fitting in, but it's okay. It's been fun. Right.
I think it's all the same.
Okay, we need B.
I need that one.
Sorry.
Which way out? Google Maps.
No, wait, that way.
This way, yeah. You're pointing and spinning around with your camera, so I couldn't tell where you were actually pointing.
Sorry. Headed to the hostel. We made it to our hostel. The Mosaic House. Right here. Safe and sound. It even has a little guy.
We'll be able to get into it.
Let's go check in. We'll see.
Anybody knows what the word defenestration means?
Oh, I've heard it before.
You heard about it. It's basically throwing people out of the window. So what it means is that back in time, we had era 15th century where we had Protestants against Catholics. So there was a group of Catholics who separated from the Catholic Church. They believed the church was corrupted and it wasn't preaching what they were saying. So they basically made their own, rewrote their Bible, and they set these like rules. And so the Catholics would capture the Protestants in the town halls, and like they would torture them, and they would do really bad things to them. So on one important day, one of the major Protestant leaders, Jan Želivský, marched with his crew, with his congregation here, and he wanted to release those Protestants that were held up in a tower. But the Catholics refused to give him the prisoners, so he basically raided the entire town hall. He took the councillors, and they threw them out of the window and beat them to death. This happened 1419, and this is what to be known the first Prague defenestration. We have many, many others, so we will hear about that later. Guys, you can cross, unless you see a crosswalk sign with the little guy, with the light, everybody use you, okay?
Oh, wow.
Besides the trams. But we'll talk about that later. Windows, and walls, and it's quite spectacular. So it's a really
Elementary school, hand painted.
elementary school.
That's elementary pictures. Crap. Oh wait, let's go. Let us.
Ready?
Wait, don't just up down. Don't let it catch your foot.
That's a good idea.
Oh my god. Oh.
I love it. That's so efficient. It probably takes like a lot of energy. I don't know.
Bye.
Good job. Wait, just that. Awesome. We're gonna go down, alright?
Now I'm videoing. You good?
Okay, back down. You can take two. Oh, wow, that was scary.
Bye.
what I like to point out is also this building on your left side. It's called the Deco. It's the Deco architectural style. Okay, French Art Deco.
Deco style building. Deco.
Follow this way, and then I'll show you the Gothic towers.
Going to see a Gothic tower.
On the way to our castle through this gate. It's done in a Gothic style. You will see on the other side there's armor that protects the tower. The reason why it's called a powder gate because they used to store a gunpowder inside, and there used to be a gunpowder shop. The other girls to come here to explore this masterpiece. This place where you're located is called the Old Town Square. The building behind me is called the astronomical clock, the Orloj. It dates to 1410. It was established by the professor of mathematics, Jan Schildel, at the Charles University with the clockmaker Kaplan. What's happening is what you're looking at is basically an astronomical masterpiece. So you have the equinox, the phases of moon, you have the zodiac signs. It's been running since 1410. You see those two windows above the astronomical clock? Those open every full hour, and it's like a ceremony that's calling people to kind of try back on their sins and how they're doing in life. The figures that are surrounding the astronomical clock represent the Prague in medieval society.
All these people to see this beautiful clock.
There's a lot of people who follow my hand. We'll get that. This way you have to try. It's like one of the traditional like Czech and Hungarian pastries. It's called trdelník. It's like a in translation it's called like a twisted wicked twister. It's like rounded, and it's basically vanilla dough kneaded with sugar and almonds and like it's yummy. It takes a while to get up there.
Spaceship has landed. These rooms. This is Prague, Czech Republic. Beautiful city. Here's the third side. We're gonna be over here tomorrow. See that? In that, we're gonna get a private tour of the castle from the Prince of the Czech Republic himself. We were just down there.
It takes place there, and it's a highly orthodox place of worship. will be entering the Jewish ghetto. Jewish ghetto used to be very isolated from the rest of Prague, and the community was kind of really tight and hauled into it. But the beautiful culture. You'll notice some important Jewish elements on the buildings, on the streets. There's a museum. There's 5 synagogues we'll be talking about, and so let's slowly enter the area. We'll talk about it. So this is the Old Jewish Cemetery, which you're looking at right in front of you. It's basically a really thick wall that's being surrounded by 5 major synagogues. There's these Old Jewish Synagogue, Spanish Synagogue, Maizal Synagogue, Pinkas Synagogue, and the Ceremonial Hall and Klausen Synagogue, which is right there in rows. And this was the very, very original place of the traditional markets. And it's hard to notice because like this is actually where this used to be there, now is the metronome. This is the Stalin's monument. It was the biggest monument ever built in Czech Republic. We didn't want the monument here, obviously Stalin wanted himself. And what happened was that after Stalin died, Khrushchev, who was the leader, started to criticize Stalin, and he decided to blow up the Stalin's monument up. So the irony behind this is that it took twice as much time and twice as much money to actually destroy the monument.
So we just finished our first full day of Prague, and it's been absolutely beautiful. My roommate Megan kept saying how every building is beautiful, and she's right. Every building has a different history, has a different style of art, different influence, and this country just has so much of its architecture and history just woven into every bits and piece of it, and I just, look how pretty. So this almost concludes day 1. Tomorrow we have another adventure, so.
What if there's 2 people in a room?
Yep.
Wait, is that your stuff, Amanda?
Who's this? Who's these towels? This is our house.
Is these towels blocked on?
I'm checking our bathroom.
This is not my jacket.
Oh no, it's not bad. Like I was talking in the video.
Oh.
Showing off our lovely place.
I think we do have company. I'm glad we.
Oh yeah.
It's famous. It's done by 2 architects. One of them was American, Frank O'Gary, and the other guy was Czech, Rado Milonč. And they built this together 1992 to 1998. And it's supposed to represent famous, yes, Fred and Ginger, the famous couple. I would call it that. The communism, it was a really favorite place for the policemen to spy on these apartments, and people who were like living in these apartments would have some kind of aristocratic kind of influence, and because it's a beautiful, beautiful property. And they would sneak on, especially one particular person, his name was Václav Havel, who was the first president after the fall of fall of communism. And the story says his bathroom windows were literally right there, and the policemen would literally sneak on him from the tower into his bathroom. So there's like stories of how he's like reading the newspaper, being on a toilet, and like they're spying on him. What is he reading actually? If it's an Eastern Bloc magazine or newspaper, it's a Western orchestra group. Basically, in Czech Republic, if your kid is talented, you know, there is like a group of people who go to every single school and they like test the kids how great their voice is, and if they qualify, they can be part of the national chorus. So this building was built by the foundation of the chorus, and it was only supported by the members of the chorus. So people contributed from their own pocket to build this building so that the kids can practice, and like it's dedicated to it. And that's why it's also like done the Art Nouveau style. You have the mosaic on the top, so that's the typical Art Nouveau architectural style. Colorful mosaic-like colors people silhouette. It's called the Josephine. It's named after the mother of the Franz I, who was one of the emperors, Habsburg emperor. And this is a very important place for social and economic events. President hosts their annual, all different kind of meetings. There's cultural events happening there. There's a restaurant, and there is like it's an important cultural institution.
Museums and culture instruments.
This is called, what you're facing right now is called the Clementinum. It's a national library. But it was established by Jesuits in the 16th century, which was a religious group that belonged to the Catholic Church. What I want to talk about is where we actually are. It's the official entrance into the Charles Bridge. The Charles Bridge was first established in 900s. It was a wooden structure, and due to floods, it got torn down many times. Then there was an 1172 attempt to make it a different kind of stronger bridge. Again, the floods knocked it down, and finally Charles IV, the Holy Roman Emperor, decided to really thought it out and built first stone bridge in Bohemian lands. So the story says he was very into astronomy, science, into numbers, numerology, and the story says he thought out every single detail of it. So he talked to the astronomers, and they told him that he should lay down the first stone exactly on this day, which was the 1357, which was the year. It was the 9th of July, and it was a 5:31 in the morning. And the reason why, because the numbers goes in sequence. So it goes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, and goes backwards. So there was like a strength of numerology. That was the reason why he decided to put the first stone down in this number. So the bridge is somehow protected with the science of numerology. So the truth is that we had many floods after that, and the bridge survived. Very fortunate. There's 15 sculptures on each side of the bridge that date to 16th century. Those are replicas. The original ones are stored in casemates in a fortress, which we're gonna see tomorrow. They're stored in different places. There is the protecting tower. The tower, Knights of a Cross Square Tower, and you will see a little bit of symbolism. You have a St. Wenceslav in the middle, which is the patron Bohemia. You have the Charles IV, the king himself, who built this bridge. He's also right there. He's also right there. And then the king on the right side, it's Wenceslav IV, who's Charles IV's son. He was to be the last of the Luxembourg dynasty. Yesterday, through the Old Town Square, through the Karlova Street, the Charles Bridge, and all the way to the castle. This was the coronation path. Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, he was Jewish. Yeah, basically, he's why? But the reason why this wall is here, because during the communism, people who would listen to the Western songs, they were obviously very inspired by it. Like the John Lennon's Wall, like Peace, Love, all the lyrics were really big for people during that pressure time. So people would come here every night, and they would play guitars, light candles, have a bottle of beer, a bottle of wine, and they would like paint and draw the lyrics of their inspiration on the wall. They wanted the freedom of speech, they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. So they would come here every night, and then the police would come, paint the wall over with white, you know, and the next day the students would come again. It was like this battle, like overnight who's gonna like what. So eventually they gave up, they just let it to be the open space, and this is owned by the Maltesian Knights, so belongs to the French Maltesian Knights, and this is the only official public graffiti wall in the world, because anywhere else in the world, if you paint on a historic building, it's considered vandalism. So take your time, there's no rush. You're gonna have the other kids around you trying to take your thing.
They will not.
So this is just for you, do your thing, take your time, take your pictures.
Yes, we're about to tag the linen.
Hey, girl.
I'm recording about to tag the linen wall with my initials.
Ruby shot. Flyers, go Flyers. I think they're ready to go.
Strawberry.
Big black
Nothing is real.
I feel like a little quiet.
Nothing to get hung about.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
It was always very like hand decorated, very like pretty tub. largest cathedral in Bohemian lands. Central Europe as well. Guys, you will see like the windows are decorated with the colored glass pieces. There's over 27,000 of them to create the creations. And then one of them is called the creations, and this one, the one all the way up there. And it's beautifully done.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. We should do it before and after. Yeah, we definitely should.
Seriously, you look all grown up.
Completely different.
Wait, I don't look older, but you look older.
We're all fine. Definitely the best view in Prague from here,
Yeah.
I would say.
Not everyone gets to go on this balcony.
No. Yeah, exactly. I was small. Grandmother. Yeah. Say trash can.
I'm gonna get one too.
Yeah, of course.
Is that okay?
Perfect.
And then we can move on.
This is like Ireland, we're not complaining.
Yeah, I know. You know, like, be around in the winter.
Dana's so funny. She was like,
I love Dana. I can't wait to see her in Scotland.
excited for Scotland.
Yeah.
We're friends on Facebook. Like we did that last time when we got back.
Good.
She was like, I'll come meet you at the train station in Edinburgh.
Yes.
And also,
Adding this fence, this like halfway curve, you see it? So people can jump over anymore, but that was the case. And then this is the neighborhood called Nusle, Prague 5. So this is the number 5. And if you look straight ahead, this is where you can see where we were yesterday, the Prague Castle. And you have the view tower right there, which is the Pachinko replica of Eiffel Tower. And from here you can see pretty well the view tower with the giant crying babies, the David done by the Castle on the Heights was the first residence of the Praha dynasty before the Prague Castle was built. It dates to 12th century. During the 14th century, Charles IV, the Holy Roman Emperor, who built the university, who built the Charles Bridge, decided to turn it into he built the royal palace there. There's basilica that dates to 11th century, and there was the towers and this fortification. But what happened in 1420, after his death, the Hussites raided the entire Vyšehrad, the castle on the heights, and destroyed everything, including the royal crypt of the Praha dynasty, which is stored inside the basilica, which we're gonna go into. So whatever is left today is the most prominent cemetery and the basilica and a few pieces of the fortification. So once we get closer, I'm gonna talk about it individually in detail. But this is pretty much the official entrance that is supposed to protect the city and protect the Praha dynasty. So we're going right in. There's a beautiful. They would have the door and the door being pulled up because there was moats everywhere underneath it. So this was the official gate to actually get into the actual fortress palace that Charles IV had there, and then other areas. So if you look up, you see the Habsburg influence and again the Baroque style. You have the crown, and then you have the eagle, which is underneath it, big and massive, done in like the sculpture way, which is the influence of Baroque. And the eagle is representing the Habsburgs. And then you have the lion on the right, which again is the symbol of Bohemian lands. So So again, the symbolism is everywhere in most of the monuments, bridges, cathedrals. In Central Europe, dates to 12th century. It was established by the Bratislav II, who was one of the prominent remeslists. If you look up, there is a St. Peter and Paul right there in a mosaic form, beautifully artistically created. And this actually underwent quite a bit of changes. First, it was basilica. First it was tuned up, then it underwent the Gothic feel with under the rule of Charles IV, and then they turned it into like this late Gothic Baroccan flavor, which is the part inside. And then you can see the symbolism again. You have the white line right there, and the two golden keys. That represents the Collegian Royal Capitula, which is the private religious organization who takes care of some of the most prominent, important historical buildings. Liturgic mass that's happening right now, so we'll participate. Powers were involved with major change.
Wonderful. It's the most beautiful city I've ever been in. I'm really sad to leave. It was really exciting just to see all the history that this area has, and I just had no idea what I was in for. It was amazing.
Hey, Megan.
Hey,
Megan Wolf.
here?
How did you like your Prague trip?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was like kind of nervous, you know, because we were like winging it a little bit in the beginning with Frankfurt, but that was phenomenal. And then Prague was kind of planned out for us, which was really, really nice. Our tour guide Eva was awesome, as y'all saw in the videos. But yeah, no, everything went so well, and the people were really awesome. Czech is a really hard language, but thank goodness everyone knew English, pretty much. And oh my gosh, so much history. It's absolutely beautiful.
Hey, other Megan. How did you like your Prague trip?
It was good, what everyone else said, plus we had really, really good weather, which made walking around a lot more enjoyable. And we got to see panoramic views of Frankfurt and Prague, which was awesome. And it's raining now, and we're headed back to Ireland, which seems fitting.
It's like Ireland is upon you.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Okay, so it's bittersweet, but we're leaving Prague. We're on the bus to the airport, and we're on a full bus to the airport actually. And we just took a subway. We said goodbye to our lovely Eva, our tour guide, and now it's time to go back to Ireland and continue this journey. So thanks for watching.